is no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Time again for the Underdog Show, starring that champion of champions, Underdog.
When criminals in this world appear and bring the laws that they should fear and frighten all who see or hear, the cry goes up both far and near for Underdog. 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 Speed of lightning, roar of thunder, fighting all who love or plunder. Underdog.
One of the principal sights to see in Bongo Congo is the magnificent palace of King Leonardo. The palace was open to the public every Wednesday afternoon, and True Blue Odie Cologne, faithful servant of the king, conducted tours for garden clubs, civic groups, and visiting firemen.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Great Hall, or as it is popularly called, Echo Hall. Listen. Hello, hello, hello. This room is so large that on state occasions it is used as the indoor touch football field. And here is the Portrait Hall. We are standing at this moment in front of the portrait of Leonardo the Neat. He was king almost 300 years ago and spent all his time sweeping up the palace. He saved so much money by doing his own cleaning that he accumulated a great treasure. The legend is that he buried it under the palace.
Odie Cologne was not the only one who knew about the legend of this treasure. At that very moment, in the hideout of Biggy Rat and Itchy Brother...
Hey, this reminds me of that kooky ancestor of mine, Leonardo the Neat. Kind of like King of the Broom.
Oh, he was stupid just like you, eh?
Yeah, Big. This great-granddad of mine, he did his own cleaning and saved a big treasure.
A treasure?
Yeah, that's the way I heard it. Supposed to have buried it under the palace.
You mean there's a treasure chest buried under that palace and you never told me?
Many a chest is said in a jest, Big.
Take this, Shovelhead. We've got work to do.
Yeah, okay, Big, I dig.
You sure will, 'cause here's what we're gonna do, see?
Biggy's plan was ingenious. A long ladder would serve to get them across the moat surrounding the palace and up onto the palace roof.
Now get this, Itch. You use this ladder like your pole vaulting, see? Just run to the edge of the moat, slam the ladder down, let the other end fall on the roof, and start climbing.
Gee, Big, I better, halt on a vault. I'm more the coach-type track man at the...
Listen, ladder lumps, start running, or else.
It's like a cool climb, Big. Help!
So, the ladder was a little short, Itch. That won't stop us. Here's our next move, see?
The new plan was simple. Tunnel under the palace, steal the treasure, and make a fast getaway. For a while, everything went according to plan. But due to a slight miscalculation in the engineering department, the getaway was a little faster than expected.
Now, this is Biggy talking, see? We're gonna drive Kingsy out of the palace. Then we're going in and find that treasure.
Yeah, but gee, Big, my royal brother thinks that palace is the most. He won't ditch the dump.
He will when I get through.
And so Biggy and Itchy went to work on their sinister scheme. First, they dug under one side of the palace until the entire building tilted. Then they proceeded to paint the outside walls with cracks. They piled junk and trash around the once beautiful castle. In short, they made the palace look a ghastly mess.
Odie, this palace looks like a ghastly mess. I can't stand it any longer. All this confounded walking up and down hill all day, I feel like a mountain goat. We're leaving right now. Start packing.
But sire, this is your family home. Be it ever so humble, there's no palace like home. Be it ever so...
Stop making me cry. There's no use crying over spilt milk or tilt palaces.
We'll put the palace up for sale and move to a hotel.
And so King Leonardo and his faithful servant Odie Cologne moved sadly out of the royal palace and put it up for sale. Yes, it looks very much as though Biggy's plot had succeeded. But had it, will Biggy Rat and Itchy Brother find the treasure? Will they take over the palace forever? Will the king and Odie like hotel food?
One of the favorite pastimes of Tennessee and Chumley was exploring the Megapolis Museum, which was right next to the zoo. One day, while going down a corridor, they took a wrong turn and found themselves at the stairway to the attic.
Well, now, Chumley, here's someplace we haven't been.
Yeah, and it's someplace I don't want to go either.
Why not?
Looks too spooky for me.
That's ridiculous. Now, follow me. I'm not afraid.
So long, Tennessee.
Come back here.
But it's dark in there.
Well, what of it? Who's afraid of the dark? Now, come on. There must be a light switch somewhere here. Oh, here it is. See, Chumley? What did I tell you? Nothing to be afraid of. Yay! What's so funny? I was just startled, that's all. Look out, you're going to knock over that statue! Chumley, you clumsy... What is that ridiculous thing on your head?
Where?
Now you've done it.
Hey, look, Tennessee, an old piece of paper.
Let me see that. Wow, Chumley, listen to this. I, Jack the Joker, captain of a pirate ship, did bury all my treasure on the northern shore of Lake Megapolis. Treasure? Northern shore?
Hey, Tennessee, that's right where the...
Right where the zoo is today, Chumley. All that pirate treasure is actually buried somewhere on the zoo grounds.
Yeah, but where? Does it say where?
It just says Rock N20, W15, S42, E6. Just a lot of pirate gibberish. Can't make it out, but no matter what, we'll just start digging. We're bound to find the treasure sooner or later. Come on. All right, Chumley. You start digging here, and I'll start digging over there. But remember, this is all secret. Don't tell anybody what we're looking for.
Okay, Tennessee.
What you doing, Chumley, huh? What you doing? Digging for buried treasure, huh?
Yeah, that's just what I'm doing. You see, we found a note in the museum that said there was a pirate treasure buried right here in the zoo, and so then we'll...
Chumley,
Huh?
I told you to keep it a secret. Now he'll go and yak it up all over the zoo.
No, I won't, Tennessee. I won't tell anybody about your buried treasure. But of course he did. And soon everybody in the zoo was digging madly for treasure. Jack was digging, Baldy was digging, the Beaver brothers were digging. And the zoo began to look like a battlefield. Of course, just at that moment...
What's going on here? Who's digging these holes? I'll get to the bottom of this. There's only one person who could be behind this. Tennessee Tuxedo!
He went south for the winter. East, or maybe perhaps it was north.
Tennessee, come out here.
Now, wait, Stanley, I can explain. We're digging for pirate treasure and...
Treasure in the zoo? Of all the harebrained ideas. Now you fill up every single hole and no more digging.
But the treasure...
Treasure, ha! No more holes. Now get to work.
Gee, Tennessee, how are we going to find the buried treasure if we can't dig around for it?
I think that's a problem for Mr. Whoopi.
And as soon as our two heroes finished filling in all the holes, they took off for the office of Phineas J. Whoopi, the man with all the answers.
So you see, Mr. Whoopi, we can't go digging up the entire zoo. We've got to find out exactly where Jack the Joker buried his treasure.
Buried treasure, eh? Oh, where did you dig that idea up? Well, now, I'll have to take a look at the whole problem, get it? The whole... Well, let's just see that piece of paper.
Here it is. We can't figure it out. Just a lot of ridiculous numbers and letters.
Yes, well, the letters are points of the compass and the numbers refer to steps. This is what it means. Start at the big rock and walk straight north for 15 steps. Turn west and walk 20 steps. Then turn south and walk 5 steps.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, but how do we know which is the north and which is east and...
Don't be ridiculous, Chumley. Everybody knows where north is. It's right,
I'm afraid you can't guess, my boy. If you're going to follow Jack the Joker's directions, you will need a compass.
A compass? What's that?
An instrument that can tell you in what direction you're walking.
But we don't have one of those.
I'll show you how to make one. All you need is a needle, a magnet, a bowl of water, and a piece of cork. The inside of the pop bottle cap will do nicely. Now stoke the point of the needle along the magnet, and it too will become a magnet.
How many times do you have to stroke it?
10 or 15 times should do it. Now float the piece of cork on the water and carefully balance the needle across the cork, so. See what happens?
Look, Tennessee, it's turning.
Now it's stopped.
What direction do you think it's pointing?
North?
Right. The Earth is like a huge magnet, and the magnetized point of the needle is attracted to the magnetic North Pole, so no matter which way you turn it, the needle will always point north.
How about east and west?
And south?
Well, when you're facing north as the needle is pointing, east is always on your right, and west is always on your left. And, of course, south is behind you.
Now we can follow Jack the Joker's directions and find exactly where the treasure is. Phineas J. Whoopi, you're the greatest. Come on, Chumley. All right, Chumley, here's the rock. This is where we start. You carry the compass, and I'll read the directions. Ready?
Okay, Tennessee.
All right. Walk 20 steps straight north.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Look out for that rock! Now look what you've done. You've spilled our compass.
But the two treasure hunters soon made another compass and continued their search. This time, Tennessee carried the compass, and Chumley read the directions.
Now turn left and walk west 25 steps.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Tennessee.
7, 8,
Tennessee.
10, 11.
Tennessee.
Ouch! Chumley, why didn't you tell me that tree was there?
And so it went, until at last...
All right, Chumley, where do I go from here?
Nowhere, I guess. That's the end of the directions.
Then this is it, Chumley. This is where Jack the Joker buried his treasure. Let's dig.
Right in Stanley's front yard?
Never mind. We'll have the treasure dug up and out of here in no time. Stanley won't even know what happened. Dig. It's here. Hurry, Chumley.
Open it.
There's another chest inside.
Tennessee Tuxedo!
It's Stanley. Quick, hide this last little box under your hat.
Caught in the act, digging holes and in my front lawn. Ooh, I'm going to lock you two up for a week. Flunky!
Yeah, boss.
Get this pesky penguin and walrus out of my sight. Out!
All right, Chumley, the box.
What box?
The box under your hat, you goof. The treasure.
That box? Here it is. What do you suppose is in it, Tennessee?
Diamonds, maybe? Or rubies, or emeralds, or pearls? Here, let's put it down and open it. Oh, boy, Chumley, we're going to be rich at last. Ready, Chumley? Here goes. A jack in the box.
Look, there's a note.
Ha, ha, ha. Jack the Joker. Oh.
For many months, the mighty hunter had been having trouble with his nephew Horace. The hunter wanted his nephew to practice his piano lessons, but Horace wanted to go out and play.
That's it, son. Practice makes perfect. You know what they say. A man without music is like a fish without scales. That's a joke, son, I say. Now, what kind of practicing is that, Horace? Look here, boy, you can't... That's not Horace at all.
The wise hunter was right. He found his nephew outside playing ball and carefully returned him to the piano. And so it went until one day...
All right, Horace, time for your piano practice.
Can't be done, Unc. Our piano's gone.
Gone? Gone where?
Stolen, Unc. Somebody just up and stole it.
Well, I declare, somebody's going to face the music for this crime. Come on now, we'll hop down to police headquarters and report this.
And at that very moment, there was much excitement at police headquarters.
Sure, madam, and it's a shame. But it's happening everywhere. It's every grand piano that's being stolen. We're doing what we can. Sure, and there's only one criminal who'd stoop to making do-re-mi off of stolen pianos, the fox. And there's only one person sharp enough to catch him. I'm calling the hunter.
Hello, Slim. I want to report a stolen piano.
Hunter, then you've already heard.
Heard? Why, it was my piano, son. Of course I heard.
There's more to it than that, Hunter. Come right over and I'll explain.
Explain what, son?
Hunter, how did you ever get here so fast? It's thankful I am that you'll be on this case.
And so it was that a short while later, the hunter and horrors were winging their way across country in the hunter's private plane, searching for the fox and the stolen pianos. And then high over the hills of Hollywood, California...
Ooh, son, look at that. The biggest piano I ever saw. Looks like we got the fox red-handed.
But, Unc...
Hang on, son. We're going down.
Unfortunately, the hunter had been all wet in thinking he had found the fox. Actually, he had found only a large swimming pool shaped like a piano.
Looks like this piano case started out on the wrong note, Unc. That's a joke.
Dry up, son. We got work to do.
With his plane in need of repair, the hunter used his speedy automobile to hunt down the fox. In short order, the hunter really went to work. He arrested 2 children with toy pianos. Then he ripped apart a record store.
I know you're in here playing that piano, Fox. Give yourself up in the name of the law.
When the piano music proved to be only a record, the hunter was on the trail again.
Look at there, Unc. That looks like fun. Musical trampolines. Let's try 'em, Unc.
Well, I could use a wee mite of relaxation.
Hee-yah, folks. Nothing like it anywhere. Play a tune while you jump. Enjoy the world's only musical trampolines. Just $1 for 5 minutes.
Here's $2, stranger. Now, I'll try it out first, Horace, to be sure it's safe.
Okay, Unc.
Look out, you kook. You're...
Fox, come back here, you crafty criminal.
Hunter, so you finally struck the right note. The fox and all the grand pianos. Mike, how can we ever repay you?
Well, now you might start by loosening up on that E string, son.
That I will, Hunter. And then we can close the lid on this case.
When we last saw the king and Odie, they were on their way to a hotel, the victims of a sinister plot by those 2 villains, Biggy Rat and Itchy Brother. Biggy and Itchy had made the palace so unattractive that King Leonardo was forced to leave. They were after the treasure of Leonardo the Neat, an ancestor of the king's. The legend has it he buried a treasure somewhere under the palace. As soon as the king and Odie had left, Biggy and Itchy moved in.
All right, now let's get to work, see? You know the palace basement. Take me to your ladder.
Okay, Big, I dig.
You're right. With this. Now move.
Boy, it's like dark as a dungeon in here.
This is a dungeon, Flinthead. Light the lantern.
Hey, Big, look what marks the spot.
Oh, that's it, all right. I'll hold the lantern. You dig, see?
Gee, Big, I don't dig that kind of digging. I'm more the supervisor type.
One more word and you'll dig your own dungeon. Now start.
Meanwhile, back at the hotel...
Confound it, I can't go to sleep at night without that storybook. I'll just have to go back and get it.
I'll go, sire.
No, I'll go, True Blue Odie. I'd like a chance to see the old home palace once more. Confound it, who's making that racket? Sounds like it's coming from the basement. Who's down there? I say, who's down there?
Hey, Big, it's my royal brother, the Kooky King. What'll we do?
Do? Why, we'll give him a run for his money, see? Come on.
Yeah, King Leonardo's a thunderhead. Falls on his face when he gets out of bed.
Vandals, thieves, assassins! After them, men! Uh-oh, no men. I'll have to chase them myself. Halt! Okay, Itch, what sounds gray? Stop! In the name of the king!
The king's a big old thunderhead. Falls on his face when he gets out of bed.
Monstrous! Stop, I say!
Gee, Big, I think he's like gaining on us.
All right, you know what to do.
Announcing His Majesty the King!
Thank you, thank you. Whoop! That takes care of Kingsley. Now, on to the treasure.
Meanwhile, back at the hotel, True Blue Odie Cologne had become concerned about his king. Hurriedly, he set out for the palace.
Your Majesty! Your Majesty!
Oh, no. More of that Cologne baloney. Well, we'll take care of him, see?
With Odie Cologne full of mud in the moat, the two villains went back to the job of digging up the treasure of Leonardo the Neat. But the soft black mud in the empty moat had cushioned Odie Cologne's fall. It had also made him completely black, so that in the darkness he was absolutely invisible. Quietly sneaking back into the palace, Odie Cologne crept down to the basement, invisible and undetected in the darkness.
Gee, Big, why the bop on the top?
Why the what? All right, wise guy, take this.
No, Big, wait, I was... Yow!
What's wrong? What is it, blockhead?
It's a ghost. The ghost of Leonardo the Neat. I'm getting out of here.
You'll never get me, ghost.
And so True Blue Odie had come through again. With Biggy and Itchy unconscious, it was but the work of a moment to free King Leonardo. And what of the treasure of Leonardo the Neat? Yes, there was one. When the treasure chest was opened, it revealed a broom and a dustpan, which, in a rare stroke of poetic justice, were put to good use by Biggy Rat and Itchy Brother in cleaning up the palace. Have Biggy and Itchy learned their lesson? Has the kingdom really been cleaned up? We'll find out in our next exciting episode of The King and Odie.
Oh.